So, Mark and Terry. Terry's becoming well known, and I get a lot of odd responses to the fact that I've named Terry the tumour, and then I get messages saying, Terry can do one, and I hope Terry buggers off soon, and go kill Terry. And I thought I should just explain a little bit, because actually I've sort of bonded with Terry the tumour, in case you're confused. And maybe this is an unconventional response. I'm definitely not the first person who've had this. I've read a little bit, but and I've read a lot about people who say that post cancer, post treatment, post obviously successful treatment, people have said best thing that ever happened to them because of the changes they made, their lifestyle changes they made, maybe their diet changes or their priorities or whatever it is they've done, or just being more present or living in the moment. Maybe I'll cover some of that in another video, but my relationship with Terry is what I thought I'd cover today. And I sort of decided that the type of cancer I've got, follicular lymphoma, is it's, what do they call it, treatable, not curable. So by not being curable, it means that Terry the tumour, or Terry the cancer, I suppose, he's going to be with me forever, and I think that's going to require quite a lot of management. So the first thing that I'm focused on is very much, how do I get rid of the tumours, but probably not how do I get rid of the cancer overall, because I see Terry is going to be there. So the way I'm seeing it, this sort of little analogy, I suppose, is that Terry is part of my immune system, and my immune system, our cells, the cells in our body, they mutate, they replicate regularly, and our immune system's job is to notice any deformities in the cells and to bat those away as quickly as possible and get rid of them. And when it can't, those mutated cells, they start to overwhelm the immune system, and that's what can turn into cancer in various forms. In my case, a physical tumour. So I like to see Terry as like, he's been doing his best. He's been in there, part of my immune system. He's been batting away all these mutated cells, just about keeping his head above water. And maybe there's some stuff I've done that's not helped. Maybe I've just been unlucky, but I kind of see it as, probably a bit too much stress, a bit too much sugar, maybe not enough sleep. The things that go on, just could probably have lived my life in line with my values. And I'm pretty good. I'm not beating myself up about this, but Terry's doing his best. He's batting all this stuff away, and eventually he's starting to get a bit overwhelmed, and he can't help himself. He's sucking down the sugar. If I'm sticking some sugar in my body, he's like, look, Mark, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to bat this stuff away, but you're giving me this sugar, and my job is just like, I'm eating it. The cells are replicating. What can I do? So I like to think that Terry started to lose control. The tumour started to get bigger. He's starting to drown a little bit. He's kind of going, help. And actually, he did a really good job of helping. The way I see it is Terry started to push on my kidneys and on my diaphragm, and I wouldn't have known he was there. I was in a lot of pain. I'll do another video on the pain and how I found Terry another time, but I was in a lot of pain. And I like to see that as Terry let me know, like, if I hadn't been in that much pain, I would not have gone to the doctors and got the scans that I've got. So I owe a debt of gratitude, really, to Terry for pushing hard and letting me know he was there. So my relationship is one where, I figure we're going to be living together for the rest of our lives, and I'm going to want to do certain things for me, for Mark, and I've got to remember that Terry's there, and Terry doesn't like those things. So, it might be the chocolate cake, it might be the ambition, it might be the stress, it might be the fact that I want to, keep climbing over mountains or riding across countries. And whilst I love it, actually the stress and the pressure that puts on my body and on my immune system, maybe that's not good for Terry. And actually, this could be really symbiotic. We could have a really good relationship together, because on one side I'm going to be thinking, what does Mark want to do? What does Mark think he should do? And on the other side I'm going to be going, what does Terry think? Maybe Terry wants to start sailing again, or Terry just wants to sit on the sofa and chill out. And Mark's not very good at that. Mark's always busy doing stuff. And I think Terry, my immune system, just needs a little bit of time to recover. So that's the point, really. So I'm not going to kill Terry. I'm going to try and get rid of the tumour, and I'm going to try and support Terry, and hopefully we're going to spend the next 30 years, hanging out and living together. And sometimes Terry will respond to questions, and sometimes I'll respond. Mark's okay, Terry's not. Terry reminds me he's there at the moment. He gives me a kick in the ribs occasionally. It's a bit like being pregnant. Oh, I've not been pregnant, obviously, but he's pushing up inside me, and making me uncomfortable, I suppose. It's like an instant feedback loop. If I overeat or overwork or I get stressed, Terry lets me know he's not happy, and that's kind of helpful. So the chemotherapy, that's going to help, get the situation under control. And then I'm at peace with Terry. We're partners. We're holding hands on this journey. I'm not going to kill him. We're going to be buddies. We're going to work together. and we're going to see, hopefully, you know, a better quality of life off the back of it. So I just wanted to explain that. That's my analogy. That's how I see my life with Terry, and I hope it makes sense, and I hope it's useful to anybody else out there going on a similar journey. The other thing that's useful is just getting out in the woods. I'm in the New Forest. I love the woods. Good for the head. Hopefully good for Terry. Much love.